Good morning students, I am Anuradha Yadav. I will give a brief introduction about differential equation. It's a branch of mathematics and contains a very large of information and has a huge practical in our real life. For example, first I will write what I will teach here. It's a differential equations. We know that differential equation is very important in mathematics. So what is a differential equation? So an equation involving derivatives of one or more dependent variables with respect to one or more independent variable is called a differential equation. So here I will give us some examples of differential equations. For example, we have d2y over dx2 plus 5y dy over dx whole square equals to sine of x. It is a one differential equation. Then again we have d by u. We can consider d by u over d by x plus d by u over d by y equal to 0. This is again a differential equation. Then another form we can write at d by u over d by x2 plus d by u over d by y2 plus d by 2u over d by z2 equals to 0. These all three will call a differential equations. Then there is a type of differential equation. For example, one is ordinary differential equation and another is partial differential equation. Then what is ordinary differential equation? A differential equation involving ordinary derivative of one or more dependent variable with respect to a unique independent variable. Then it will call ordinary differential equation. So in these three equations we can clearly see that here in this first equation y is a dependent variable and x is an independent variable. Only one variable which is independent is x. In this equation we have two independent variable and in this equation we have three independent variable. Then only this first will call ordinary differential equations. Another we have what is partial differential equations. So a differential equations involving derivatives of one or more dependent variable with respect to more than one independent variable. Then more than one independent variable, that means at least two independent variables will appear there. We can clearly see that at least two, here are two independent variable and in this equation we have three independent variable. So these two will go in the category of PDE. Then we talk about the order of differential equation. What is the order of differential equation? Then the order of the highest derivative appear in a differential equation is called the order of differential equation. For example, in this first equation, the highest order of derivative is this, then order of this is 2. So the order of this differential equation is 2. So clearly we can measure for other differential equations as well, which we will given. Then we talk about degree of the differential equation. What is the degree of differential equation? Then the degree of a differential equation is the degree of highest order derivative in a differential equation is called degree of differential equation. Clearly we know this highest order of differential equation is this and the degree of this differential equation is 1. Then the degree of this differential equation will be called 1. Till now we classified the differential equations. We discussed the type of differential equations and what is the order of differential equation and what are the degree of differential equation. Then further we will move forward to study the analysis of only this ordinary differential equations. So very first we will have a first order differential equation which can be written as dy over dx equals to function of x comma y. This is called the first order differential equations. We are very well, the students who have completed their 12th or they are in undergraduate, they are very well to know that how to solve this differential equations. I will give some methods but I will not go in details. So very first the method we have, variable separable method. Then second we have exact differential equation. Second, we have exact differential equation, and third, we have a method of linear differential equation, linear differential equations, and fourth we will have a method of special transformation or special integrating factors. Special integrating factors and transformations. These are the some methods which are helpful to get the solution of first order differential equations. Now, before going into details of second order differential equation, I will let you know that how the second order differential equation appear in a practical life. So, students who study physics, they are very well about vibrations in electric circuits and in mechanical problems as well. So, I will give a small example on that. Suppose a card of mass m is attached with a string on a ball in an ideal medium. Therefore, no external force is acting on it, and we all are very aware that if this string is at stable position or equilibrium position, that it will not move and it will not have any vibrations. But if it has some perturbations, then it will have vibrations in its motion. So for testing the vibrations on a string, I will give some perturbation to this mass. Suppose it was kept at this place earlier. I will move this card to x space, and now this card will appear here. Then, as I have picked this card from there to this space, it will have some motions to keep it its original position as it was in its equilibrium position. So, if we remember the second law, Newton's second law of motion, there is a force acting on a mass is equal to mass into acceleration. So, a force will act on this particle. Suppose that is Fs, which is equal to m into d2x over dt2, as the displacement is of x. Now, this card will try to move to go its original position. So, it will again, this Fs is equal to minus k into x, that is a force. Then, we will write this differential equation in form of d2x over dt2 plus k by m into x equal to 0. And we can write the differential equation in the form d2x plus a squared x equals to 0, where this a equals to under root k by m. Now we can solve the differential equations, and the solution can be written in the form of yt is equals to c1 cos of at plus c2 sin of at. This will be the solution of this differential equation generated by this space. Okay. Then, if we change the medium of this process, like we will keep it in a airy space, in a water or in a oil, then there will be another force will act on that, and that force will act on that particle only. There will be external damp force, and that will be Fs is equal to minus of kx, then minus of Fb, and this Fb plus of Fb, where this Fb is equal to minus of c dx over dt. There will be a velocity on that cart as well due to medium. So now this differential equation I will write directly within this form. The differential equation will change in form of d2x plus 2b dx plus a square x equals to 0. So we can clearly see that in all these differential equation we have right hand side equals to 0. So a differential equation is called called homogeneous differential equation if its right hand side is equal to 0. If this right hand side is not equal to 0, then this will called non-homogeneous differential equation. So I will write the general form of non-homogeneous differential equation that can be written as d2x plus p of t dx plus q of t equals to r of t. It is a differential equation which is non-homogeneous and of second order. So now the students have to go through all which I have studied earlier. Now further what I will do here, that I will give some information about second order differential equation, how to solve the second order differential equations. So the second order differential equations I can write as d2y plus tx dy plus qx is equals to r of x. It is a second order non-homogeneous differential equations. Very first I will consider second order linear differential equation. For that, and that will be homogeneous as well. For that I have to consider this rx equal to 0 and this px and q are constants. So the differential equation will be of form d2y plus p y dash, or d2y I can write at like y double dash plus p y dash plus q y equals to 0. Now we will go through how to solve the solutions of this differential equations, as till now we do not know. So very first I will, to guess the solution, what will be the solution of differential equation, we will go to first order linear differential equation. Suppose there is a first order differential equation y dash equals to ky. So now how to get the solution of differential equation? We will use an assumption that we want a function whose derivative will be the multiple of that function again. So only exponential are the function which have that property that it will give a constant multiplication with that function only. So the solution of this differential equation is nothing but c1 e to the power kx. It is a, in a bigger form I can write like y is equals to c1 e to the power kx. It is a solution of this first order differential equations. Now similarly I will guess the solution of this second order linear differential equations. So what I will do here, I will consider that y equals to e to the power mx is a solution of this differential equations. Suppose this equation we consider is 1. So what I have to get there, that y dash and double prime of y. So very first y prime here is m e to the power mx, and y double prime is equals to m square e to the power mx. Now we will replace this value in this equation. What we will get, that m square plus pm plus q into e to the power mx equals to 0. We know that exponential can never be equals to 0. Then this has to be 0. So for equating e to the power plus pm plus q equals to 0, here m is a variable which we have to find out which m will satisfy this differential equations. As now this is nothing but a arithmetic equation, so we can write it again here like m square plus pm plus q equals to 0. So now the students have cleared their 12th standard, so they are very well aware about Sridharacharya method. So Sridharacharya method is very helpful to get the second quadratic equations. So that will be nothing but, it as the order of this differential equation is 2, so it will have at of minus p plus minus under root t square minus 4q over 2. This will be the root of this equations. So now from this we will have three cases. So very first, if we have p square minus 4q is greater than 0, that means this is positive, then we have m1 and m2 two different roots. So that means real and distinct roots. This is a first case, and for this we have p square minus 4q is equal to 0. So here we have m1 which is minus p plus under root p square minus 4q by 2, and m2 is equal to minus p minus under root p square minus 4q by 2. Clearly we can see that this m1 and m2 are distinct values. So now the general solution of this differential equation can be written as y equals to c1 e to the power m1x plus c2 e to the power m2x. It is the first case. And further we have second case. What happens if this p square minus q is less than 0? Then complex appears there. Then we have complex roots. Second case is complex root. For that we have p square minus 4q is less than 0. In that case we will have a root m1 and m2 of type minus alpha, we can consider plus alpha plus minus I beta, where m1 will be alpha plus I beta and m2 is alpha minus I beta. Then we can write, how do we write the solution of that equation? That will be yx is equal to exponential of alpha x bracket c1 cos of beta x plus c2 sin of beta x. We will write the equation of this form. Then third, what the case we can be appear there? Sorry, it is in first case. It is repeated real root. The repeated roots. Repeated roots. That means this p square minus 4q is equal to 0. When this p square minus 4q is equal to 0, then we have only m1 and m2 both are equal to minus p by 2. That is only one root. That means we have only y1. So we have only one solution. y1 is equal to c1 e to the power m2x. Then how do we found the another solution which will be linearly independent to this y1? Consider that y2 is equal to c2x e to the power m1x. It is a solution of the differential equation which is linearly independent to y1. So the general solution of yx is nothing but y1x plus y2x. If you have any doubt of this process to do, how I am getting this, then please let me know and comment and ask me in my comments so that I can help you to get it easily. I can tell you more easily. Then, as I have just given you a brief introduction how to get the roots of this second order, or how to get the solution of this second order linear differential equations, now I will give some examples which will satisfy all these properties which I have just given here. Very first, I will consider a case which is, suppose we have y double prime minus 6y prime plus 5y equals to 0. Now this question can appear that find the solution of this differential equations. How do we do that? Similarly, we have to appear, or we have to consider that y equals to the power mx is the solution of this differential equation. Then we will replace it here, and then I will write the final directly, that m square minus 6m plus 5 equals to 0. This we will get after replacing that. Then how do we do it again? This is nothing but m minus 1 and m minus 5. That means m1 equals to 1 and m2 equals to 5. These are the two distinct real roots. So the solution of this differential equation will be written as y1 is equal to c1 e to the power x plus c2 e to the power 5x. Okay. Then second, I will give an example of a repeated real root y double dash minus 6y dash plus 9 equal to 0. Here clearly we can see that p square minus 4q is equal to 0. If that is equal to 0, then or we can write that m minus 3 whole square is equal to 0. So m1, we have only m1 which is equal to 3 equals to 3. We have one solution, y1 equals to c1 e to the power 3x. Then another solution we have to consider that y2 is equals to c2 x e to the power 3x. That means all x into y1, which will be linearly independent to y1, y2. Then the similar solution y is equals to c1 e to the power 3x plus c2 x e to the power 3x. This will be the solution of this equation. Then third, I will give an example of complex conjugate roots. For that, suppose we have y double prime minus y 4y prime plus 5 equals to 0. Here we will see, or we can directly calculate that this p square minus 4q is less than 0. That means complex root appear here. That means then I will clearly write out the roots, that m1 and 2, which will be minus 2 plus minus I. This plus minus I, it's a real part and coefficient of imaginary part is 1. So the root will be written, the solution of this differential equation will be written as y1 is equal to e to the power minus 2x, then bracket c1 cos of x plus c2 sin of x. So now this is the solution of this differential equation. So now, as I had given this example, I have given that analytical part as well, how to find out the solution of a linear second order differential equation. Similarly, if you have another differential equation, you can apply the same method to get the solution of that differential equations. Now I will talk about this non-homogeneous second order differential equations, how to find out the solution of that. So yeah, very first, before going into that as well, we can find out the solution of non-homogeneous linear differential equation, that can be written as f of x. Suppose a function of x is given there. We will try to find out the solution of this differential equation. Now the non-homogeneous part is appeared here. When a differential equation have non-homogeneous part, in that we write the solution with the solution of this homogeneous part, then the solution of non-homogeneous part. The solution of homogeneous part y or homogeneous part is called CF. If we find out the solution of homogeneous differential equation, that is called a complementary function. Again, if we found the solution with non-homogeneous part as well, that is called particular integral, and the combination of both is the general solution of the differential equations. Suppose with this differential equation we have particular integral, that is ypi, we find out the solution with non-homogeneous part as well. Then the general solution of this differential equation is CF plus ypi. This is how we we write the general solution of a non-homogeneous linear differential equations. Okay, till now we understand how to find out this CF part, complementary function part, that means the solution of linear, second order linear differential equations with constant coefficients. So now we will move further. So again I have considered here in this fashion, and further we have another methods as well. So for example, very first we have undetermined coefficient, undetermined coefficients, and then we have a method called variation of parameters, variation of parameters. Then further we have power series solutions as well. Power series solutions as well. Then a very interesting part appear in this differential equation, that as we have studied one method of differential equation, and these are the rest three methods of the differential equations. Then if all these four methods are not applicable to solve that differential equation, how do we deal on that? So that is a very qualitative part of our differential equations. For example, without solving that differential equation, we can get the nature of the solution of that differential equation. That is called, that we can say that qualitative theory of differential equations. Here in next video I will give an introduction of the method undetermined coefficients, variation of parameter. This method will take whole video. I will not give another methods with them, but with the help of undetermined coefficients I will give some examples as well. With the help in another my videos you will get the methods, how to deal with these methods. I will discuss in further video. And I have taken the content of this lecture from two books which I followed mostly. One book is from G.F. Simmons, and second is from S.L. Roy, Shigley L. Roy. This S.L. Roy's book is a book of differential equation, which will give you to get the techniques to solve the differential equation. Whereas in G.F. Simmons, you will get to get the nature of qualitative differential equation. I am very much impressed by a book by G.F. Simmons, and I will request you all, if you want to study differential equation more, please follow these two books. And if you want to go in analytical part or application of differential equation, all these two books are considering some of them. Further you can take other books as well. Within this, my favorite is G.F. Simmons. And thank you for watching my video. And further, if you have any doubt to understand what I have taken content in this, if you have any doubt, please comment in my section. Ask me. If you have on any slide, any content which I have taken, and you have any doubt in that, please take a screenshot and try to understand that very first. If you are not able to understand that very first, then please comment me. I will help you to get that. And okay guys, if you like my video, please subscribe my channel, hit the like button, and for more notification, please press the bell notification. Also I want a feedback from you guys as well. Please comment on my comment box so that I can further modify my videos to help you to get the more knowledge about the concept which I am taking in this video or in my further coming videos. As guys, it's a COVID-19. Please be safe, stay at your home, take precautions, because it's better than cure. Take yourself good, your family good. Until then, enjoy, take care, and